Soar above trauma, soar above drama by utilizing one of the many playlists on my YouTube channel. It's SOAR time to help you do exactly that. These are my receipts for this year alone, 2025, from February 2025 to November 2025 in my David versus Goliathas fight, battle, war. My fight against the YMCA of Greater Boston, Cruz, CRUZ Management Company, Boston Housing Authority, and Eastern Housing Court, for the repeated violations of my state, federal, and constitutional rights since 2019, the height of the pandemic. You're not going to believe some of the things I have to share, but I'm going to do, because it's now time to take this fight out of the courtroom, out of the courthouse, into the court of public opinion. Yes, I'm still in the court. I'm now in federal court, but I'm also still in housing court because I'm going through an eviction right now. So I'm in housing court, I'm in federal court, and I'm in appeals court because I'm appealing the original housing court judgment from November of 2024. So I'm in 3 different courts right now, people. Actually, I don't have to worry about the appeals. They're going to decide whenever they're going to decide. I submitted my brief long time ago. I'm actively in the housing court, facing an eviction. And I'm in the United States District Court for the District of Massachusetts, where I have filed, I'm trying to find that receipt, where I have filed a federal complaint claiming many violations, honey, of my state, federal, and constitutional rights. In this video, I want to lay a quick foundation. I can't find that receipt right now. I want to lay a quick foundation on how I got to this place. Okay, yeah, there's my district court filing right there. Well, the service. I want to lay a foundation on how I got to this point of being in the appeals court. I've also been in the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court. I'm still in the housing court actively as of now, and I filed my federal court complaint in October. And I want to try as briefly as possible to explain how I got here, because after this video, I've decided to make this a game. I'm going to begin a game called You Be the Judge, where I'm going to go through just this year. I'm not even going to dip into the previous years, just the active current year. I'm going to go receipt by receipt and tell my story. And then hopefully I'll have enough viewers and whatnot for people to comment and let me know, you be the judge. Am I being paranoid? Do you see this as the judge as being retaliatory, harassing, discriminatory, etc.? You be the judge. I've decided to make a game out of it. So please make sure you check out those videos. I'm going to title them You Be the Judge. For now, again, in this video, I want to give a quick, I don't know how to be quick, honey. I'm going to, as briefly as I possibly can, talk about how I got to this point. The really brief version is, oh God, I don't know how to be brief. I filed my first housing court complaint in 2020, and 4 years later, I am skipping over a lot of juicy details. A lot. So 4 years later, trust me, there's a lot that happened between those 4 years. 4 years later, in November 2024, the judge issued an order, and it was the fourth housing court order that I had received. The third one from this judge. And then there was the first judge. Oh, I got a story to tell you about that one. Not going to get into it now. And my complaint was about unauthorized access. These people, the YMCA of Greater Boston and Cruz Management Company, were just dropping by whenever they wanted to, keying themselves in whenever they wanted to. And my primary complaint was regarding proper notice for see right there, they're supposed to proper notice for non-emergencies, for routine visits. So 4 court orders later, I had been begging the housing court for 4 years since really July, but I'll say October of 2020, to enforce the occupancy agreement, the lease, which says, you're supposed to give proper notice, adequate notice of at least 24 hours. These people were not given any notices. They were just dropping by whenever they wanted to and expecting us to just swing wide open the door, even during the pandemic. They would just leave no notice, or like this one from 2025, and this was months after the housing court order issue in 2024, this new expletive, Jade Cruz, Jade Dennis, whatever the expletive's name is, female dog, soon as she took over the office in February 2025, because for whatever reason, Cruz Management Company, I don't know if other management companies do this, but they rotate their so-called property managers every 9 months to like a year. And this is the newest one that began in February. And this is the first memo she issued for the apology. Don't be fooled by that. She wasn't apologizing. A last minute notice. This was not an emergency. They weren't even doing pest control until I complained about it. I mean, I exterminated my own space, but the building itself wasn't being exterminated, and nobody was complaining about it. People just, that's another story too, Lord God. So they weren't even doing exterminations until I complained about it. That's another story for another time, and yes, I have receipts. So this fourth court order was supposed to have stopped last minute notices, and it did not. And that's how I got to where I'm at now. I started complaining about last minute notices, illegal access, unauthorized access, invasions of privacy. And I was already complaining about nuisance tenants in the unit above me. And then they moved some noisy people next door to me. The woman's son passed out from a drug overdose in the hallway. Got receipts. I actually have a video of that one. And basically they just got tired. The YMCA of Greater Boston and Cruz Management Company basically just got tired of me complaining. And I guess this year when Miss Big and Bad came to town, Jade Dennis, Jade Cruz, whatever its name is, she figured she was just I'll be the one to get rid of this problem. Me. So that's how I got to this point. This whole eviction is retaliatory. And I'm going to let you be the judge of it. Like I said, I'm going to play that little game. You be the judge. I'm going to go through my receipts, tell my story, and then you be the judge. Now, I don't want to be too long in this video, so I'm going to stop it here. And I hope that gave a good enough background on how I got to this point. I'll be continuing in the next video. I don't want to keep this too long. Please support me on Substack at StillIRiseAboveHatred.substack.com. The link is in the description, as well as on GoFundMe at Still I Rise Hateful Eviction Fundraiser. Please support me. And please on YouTube. Feed the algorithm. I need to get my story out in front of people. I'm now in the court of public opinion. They didn't respect being in the court, the housing court. They're not respecting me being in the federal court either. So maybe they'll respect the court of public opinion. So please feed the algorithm with likes, comments. Do subscribe, do share, and do avail yourself of one of the many playlists on my channel. It's SOAR Time, that will help you soar above trauma and soar above drama people try to bring on you, honey. Thank you. Peace, peace, peace.